Hello friends, it's all over. The 5-match grueling Border-Gavaskar Trophy is over. Australia comfortably victors by 6 wickets, chasing a target of 162. They have won and reclaimed the Border-Gavaskar Trophy after a decade. India all out for 157 in their second innings, adding 16 to their overnight score of 141 for 6. Scott Boland and Pat Cummins took the remaining 4 wickets, sharing them equally, with Scott Boland being the best standout performer to eventually be named man of the match. He took his second 5-wicket haul in a test innings and his maiden 10-wicket haul in the match. His match figures of 10 for 76 after his 6 wickets in the second innings for 45 runs was responsible in Australia bowling out India for 157, just about an hour or less than an hour after play resumed on the third day. Needing 162 to win, there was some excitement. Indian bowlers without the presence of Jasprit Bumrah, who yesterday walked off the field due to back spasms, had scans done. He was not in a position to bowl at all. Without Jasprit Bumrah, like I mentioned yesterday, India are on the back foot. They did try. Prasidha Krishna and Mohammad Siraj, they bowled their heart out. Prasidha Krishna picking up first 3 wickets of the Australian second innings, that of Constas, Labuschagne and Steve Smith, to give India some ray of hope. But then the target was only 162, and even after Mohammad Siraj took his first wicket of the second innings to complete 20 wickets in the series and take 100th wicket of his test career, it was a little too late when he dismissed Usman Khawaja for a well-made 40-odd runs. It was left to debutant Beau Webster, who seemed like he has been playing test cricket all his life, scored the winning runs, and to finish unbeaten on 39, along with that man Travis Head, who though had 2 back-to-back centuries in Adelaide and Brisbane, went through a lean trot but then found the right occasion to stay there in the end and guide Australia to a sensational victory by 6 wickets, winning the series 3-1 and not only reclaiming the Border-Gavaskar Trophy, something that they have not done since winning it 2-0 in 2014-15 in Australia under Michael Clarke's captaincy, but they have also sealed the final spot in the World Test Championship. Australia, yes, it is who will be facing South Africa in the WTC final and will be trying to retain the WTC final trophy, or the mace as it is, when they face off at the Lord's Cricket Ground from June 11 to 15 this year. Jasprit Bumrah, he did come out, but to bat lasted only 3 balls, but then his body was in no position to bowl. Prasidha Krishna, I always thought, for his height and if he is fully fit, he ought to have been played in the first test match ahead of Harshit Rana. It was either Prasidha Krishna or Akashdeep who ought to have been played ahead of Harshit Rana. But then some of the selections in this Indian team for this test series were questionable, and that reflected in the end result. Prasidha Krishna, 3 wickets in the second innings and in only his third test match, bowled his heart out along with Mohammad Siraj. Mohammad Siraj, in my opinion, has been the unsung hero of India's bowling. A lot of attention is on Jasprit Bumrah, and rightly so. Jasprit Bumrah, 32 wickets, joint highest for the maximum number of wickets by an Indian against Australia, be it in Australia or in India, sharing it with Harbhajan Singh, the off-spinner who took 32 wickets in the 2000-2001 series at home. Jasprit Bumrah, who could not bowl in the second innings of the final test match, bowled 151.2 overs. But then, if you look at Mohammad Siraj, he has bowled more number of overs than Jasprit Bumrah uncomplainingly in this series. I thought if he was a little more consistent and been better at the first half of the series, it would have lessened the burden of Jasprit Bumrah. Just to look at the figures, Mohammad Siraj took his 100th test wicket today, that of Usman Khwaja, but then he had bowled 157.1 overs in this 5-test series, picked up 20 wickets at an average of 31.15. That average, when you compare with Jasprit Bumrah's 13.06 and Mohammad Siraj's 31.15, which is more than 18 runs per wicket, that speaks a lot of what the other bowlers from India have done in the series as against Jasprit Bumrah alone. India, they started this 10-test stretch, starting with the 2-test series against Bangladesh at home and ending with this Sydney Test match, January 3rd, 2025. But they were expected to win at least 5 of them and enter the WTC final. But then, as we see, they won only 3 of them, lost 6, and including the 3 at home, that was unexpected, that was unheard of, and that put India on the back foot. When you go into an important series or a tough series in Australia at the backdrop of a 0-3 whitewash at home and to New Zealand, it is not going to give you the confidence. But then India began with promise in Perth, winning the test match and under the captaincy of Jasprit Bumrah, as Rohit Sharma was unavailable. But once Rohit Sharma joined the team from the second test match, things have not gone India's way, and that led to not only India's defeats in Adelaide and Melbourne, but also India were saved from defeat because of weather in the third test match in Brisbane. And Rohit Sharma was personally not doing well at all. 31 runs in 5 innings at only 6.20 average. That prompted Rohit Sharma to step down from the final test match. Just a little while ago, we heard the head coach of the Indian team, Gautam Gambhir, say that it is up to the individuals to decide on their career when a pointed question was asked on the future of Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli. So Gautam Gambhir said that it was up to the individual, and he also respected Rohit Sharma's decision to step down, and it was in the interests of the Indian team. He said that he showed the way for others, that if one was not in form, you step down so that player in form batted or did the job for the country. Gautam Gambhir also said that Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli have the hunger in them, and also they would take the best decision in the best interests of the Indian cricket moving forward. So while he said that they have the hunger to play long for India, he said they would make the best decisions in the best interests of the Indian cricket team. Jasprit Bumrah at the presentation said, while it was frustrating not to be bowling, and sometimes you have to respect the body and move forward. You have to accept it as it is. So that was Jasprit Bumrah at the post-match presentation, who was named man of the series for his 32 wickets at a mind-boggling average of 13.06. Rightly so, Scott Boland was named man of the match for his 10 for 76 match figures, while one that the entire Sydney cricket ground with a crowd of 42,000 eagerly waited to see was Steve Smith touching the 10,000 run test mark. But he was out for 4. He needed 5 for that 10,000th run when he started his innings, but then he was out for 4 runs caught at gully by Yashasvi Jaiswal. So he has to wait for that magical 5-digit mark when Australia next play in Galle on their tour of Sri Lanka later this month. So that wraps up the Border-Gavaskar Trophy, an exciting series. India having won in the previous 2 tours could not create a hat-trick. Instead, Australia, undoubtedly a better side. They played better and played hard. I'm not saying that India did not play hard. They did play hard. But if only if the senior batsman like Virat Kohli, except for his 100 in Perth, he batted consistently for his stature. Rohit Sharma put up runs on the board. It would have been a hat-trick for India. And also, if the bowlers did well to support Jasprit Bumrah enough and lessened his burden. If Bumrah had bowled today, you never know. It could have been even a closer finish, or probably India winning the test match and leveling the series 2-all. But then it's all ifs and buts. And also, if India had more total to bowl with than just 161 to defend, without Jasprit Bumrah, it was easily Australia's win. And that was what happened. 6 wickets, victory, but not before the drama of 3 early wickets. And when lunch was taken at 71 for 3, Australia needing another 91 to win. But then once play resumed post-lunch, it was Australia all the way with Travis Head and Bew Webster completing the formalities. Thanks for watching. Thanks for staying with me right through this Border-Gavaskar Trophy. I hope you liked what I presented. I did my best. I could have been better, I agree. But then, do subscribe, do promote this YouTube channel, do subscribe, do share this. And until next time, take care, stay safe, and be good. Thank you. Bye-bye.